It was one of the most unique experiences of my life. It was at the same time incredibly gentle, but superbly powerful. It changed my perspective on this a lot.
It did?
It did.
You?
Yes,
Dr. Oz?
Mr. Skeptic.
Mr. Skeptic?
Dr. Oz
All
Skeptic.
over the world.
well, I
His
think
best-selling book, Many Lives, Many Masters, is one of my all-time favorites.
My career began really in college. I was interested in psychiatry. And I went to Columbia University and graduated from there. And I went to Yale Medical School, and I did my internship at New York University's Bellevue Hospital.
By the time Dr. Brian Weiss was 35, he was well published and well respected. In 1979, he became head of the psychiatry department at the prestigious Mount Sinai Hospital in Miami. Dr. Weiss was one of the stars in his field. It was then that he took on a new patient named Catherine.
She was suffering from panic attacks, phobias, fears, nightmares. She had begun sleeping in a large closet in her apartment because of fear.
After more than a year of conventional treatment, Catherine showed little progress, and that is when the doctor turned to hypnosis, a therapy he says he'd used successfully before.
She turned out to be one of those approximately 20% of people who could go very deeply even the first time.
Catherine was able to easily recall traumatic memories from her childhood. When he asked Catherine to go to the source of her pain, Dr. Weiss says he was shaken to his core. Catherine started talking about living previous lives.
I was very disciplined, very scientific. My mind was very left brain, and I was not open at all to New Age concepts or concepts of past lives.
This is an actual recording of Catherine from 26 years ago. She recounts a past life as a Ukrainian boy in the 1700s.
1958, I just see a child, a boy. His clothes are raggedy. He's cold.
What becomes of the boy?
I don't know. He will probably die.
With each new session came new discoveries, more and more past lives.
Many times have you been through lifetimes on the earth?
86. Yes. I will. When it is important for me to remember them.
Why is it important to remember past lives? Or how can that help? Or does it always help?
A couple of reasons why it's important. One, it helps you to get rid of the fear of death. When you know that you've lived before and you will again, and you'll be reunited with your loved ones, you don't fear death so much. So life becomes more important. You can focus more on joy and peace and happiness now. You don't have so many fears. Another reason, and that's as a therapist also important to me, is that it can get rid of symptoms. Just like Catherine, when she remembered drowning, she got rid of a fear of choking or gagging and a fear of water. Hypnosis is just focusing the concentration. You don't go anywhere. So if I hypnotized you and I said, go back and remember your 12th birthday party or your 8th birthday party, and you did with detail, that would be hypnosis. You don't actually go back to the age of 12 or 10 or 8. You just remember. And hypnosis is focusing the concentration. Or that I saw it help people, this information, this knowledge. It helped people to understand that there is no death, that we go on when we die. Whatever you want to call that part of us, the soul, the spirit, consciousness, survives the death of the physical body.
Do you come back with a set of masters or a set of guides with you?
Yes, you are always with your guides and masters, and sometimes loved ones. Maybe a grandparent dies when you were young, and your grandparent becomes a guide to you also. So basically it's the same as the religion state, what I'm finding, that everything is about love and nonviolence, and we go to higher levels when we die. Now, I think that sometimes we have to come back here until we get it right. Developing ourselves, we come back because we're still learning. Then at some point we don't have to come back. We may help people from the other side. We may become masters, guardian angels, whatever you want to call it. We help, but we never die, and our loved ones never really die. Physically, yes, but not the spirit, not the soul. Now, this is in all the religions, but people have stopped paying attention to that. They've forgotten, and they live their lives as if this is the only time And they have to accumulate as many things as they can and climb over other people. And they've forgotten how to find joy and happiness and peace in their lives right now.
And it's about suicides. And again, I'm speaking from my own experiences and not from religious tradition where there are many interpretations. But to me, there is no place such as hell that is permanent. Sometimes you go to a place where you may think it is this or that, but it's not permanent, because once you understand what is happening in the lessons, everything is light, everything is love and compassion and forgiveness and understanding. So if a person successfully commits suicide, they go to the other side. There may be turbulence there. They may try to get back into their bodies. I've come across this many times, but it's too late if it's a successful suicide. And then the lesson on the other side is, if you have a functioning physical body and you're here in this earth school to learn lessons, take advantage of that opportunity. Don't leave a healthy body early, because this is not really why we're here. We're here to learn lessons of love, compassion, kindness, understanding, non-hatred, non-prejudice, non-violence, and so on. Nevertheless, you can never harm a soul, and that soul will come back to the earth plane to learn its lessons. I've found that there is a kind of commonality among suicides, and that is the soul is returned to earth more quickly. This is very similar to children who die. Their souls tend to come back more quickly. There are more lessons to learn. And so if a person commits suicide, on the other side they may realize, oh, this was not the solution, I should have stayed, worked it out, made other choices. They will come back. They will oftentimes be faced with similar circumstances as those that may have precipitated the suicidal decision in the first place, and they need to find another way of coping without harming a physical body, because this physical body is a gift for us. This is the place, Earth, where in physical bodies we can experience relationships, soulmates, pain, loss, separation, death, illness, great opportunities for soul evolution and growth. And it is not correct to leave these bodies early if we have that choice. And so you just come back again. But the overriding principle is that you can never harm or kill the soul. The soul just returns. There'll be a new body, similar lessons to be learned. Once you master those lessons, you go on and master other lessons. And then eventually you come back to this earth plane voluntarily to help other souls.